Morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing well out there. My name is Thomas Taylor III, coming to you live once again from Lawrenceville, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, January 23rd already. We sliding right out of this month, everyone. So, my name is Thomas Taylor III, like I said, coming from Lawrenceville, Georgia. What I want to talk to you this morning about is goals, right? So I didn't want to get out of this month without talking about goals, because I know beginning of the month, beginning of the year, brand new year, everybody has goals as well as New Year's resolution, all those particular things, right? So I kind of wanted to wait, right, to after all the fanfare kind of died down a little bit, and then everybody starts to get into their regular routine, their regular habits, right? So this morning, talking about goals a little bit different. I'm going to add something to it. Now, we all know about SMART goals, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely, okay? But what I want to do this morning is I want to add a little bit of flair to it. I want to talk about goals and the plan, right? Because sometimes you have goals, but sometimes we don't take the time to develop a plan specific for that goal, right? Then we get further on into the year and we wonder why we haven't reached that particular goal. Well, a goal is like knowing, okay, you want to get to a particular destination. That's the goal. The plan is actually the steps that it takes to get there, right? So, if, for example, if you was in a sailboat and if you was in Florida Keys, and if you want to go from one island to the other, that is the actual goal. Well, if you don't set your sail right, which is the plan, how are you going to get to that particular destination, right? So we got goal, and then we have the plan, okay? So what I want you to focus on, for today is three areas: family, personal, and business, right? Specifically, those three areas: family, personal, and business. So what does that look like for family, right? So family, let's say you got a graduation this year. Somebody's graduating in your family. Okay, that's the goal. What's the plan? Where we staying? What are the dates, right? Who's coming? Or if you have events, if you have a wedding this year of some sort, right? Okay, that's the goal. We're going to get married on a certain day. What's the plan, right? So from a family standpoint, right, you actually can map out the goal and then start to take time to develop the plan. Now, when you develop the plan, you got to deal with resistance, right? Because maybe different people in your family will have a different opinion about the plan, right? And that's okay. That's fine. You just work through all of that to get to a solid plan that everybody can agree with, right? Because when you do that, you get the buy-in of those individuals. And I found out that when you get buy-in from individuals, it's easier to move. Because when resistance comes, everybody still understands that, hey, this is what we agreed to. This is what the plan is. Now, it doesn't mean that it cannot change. Yeah, it can change. But at least we have something that gives us the ability to know and understand and in agreement on, okay, how are we going to get to X? Okay, so that's family. So personal, right? What are some of your personal goals, right? Well, maybe this year you want to get down your credit card balances, right? Okay, that's the goal. What's the plan? How do you plan on doing that? Now, sometimes you hear, take your highest credit card balance, work towards that. Well, if that doesn't work for you, take your lowest credit card balance, right? Whatever it is, right? Because if your goal is to get to a higher credit score, you want to get to 800 or higher, 810, 850, right? That could be the goal, but how do you develop the plan, you guys? All right. So, hey, you may take the lowest one, and say, okay, this is the one I'm going to focus on. And now on the credit side, I want to keep that balance between 25 and 30%. Okay, what is that number? Okay, so you identify that number and you say, okay, I want to get rid of all this balance, and I want to actually leave this number because that keeps me in that good balance between 25 and 35 percentile. All right. So, and then let's say you want to actually leave your job this year. Maybe that's a goal of yours. Okay, that's fine. What's the plan, ladies and gentlemen? What is the plan? Right. So I read a book. T. Harv Eker wrote a book called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right? And there he talks about how can we do both things, right? Because sometimes, based upon our upbringing, we were taught either or. Sound familiar, right? Either I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. Well, in there, he teaches how the rich think. And the rich think, how can I do both? So, for example, right now you're working on your job, corporate America, and you ultimately want to have and or start your own business. What are you doing now while you're on that job? I call it a 2-for-1, right? What that means is I give them 2, I give me 1. If I give them 3, I give me 2, right? So I work the plan while still getting a paycheck. Right? So on that personal side, in terms of planning, we're talking about how are you changing your mindset? Because that's key. Okay? What books are you reading? All right. So let's get a little bit more granular. Have you identified, goal-wise, have you identified the books that you want to read this year? Could be in the industry that you want to, have your business in. Could be, just mindset, right? But have you identified the books? And then what's the plan, right? How many books per month are you going to read, right? Because that disciplines you to get the goal done based upon the written plan, okay? Because mindset is key, everyone. I promise you, right? Because sometimes we wind up having, we stick to a mindset of the past and of people around us. And some of that is a little bit negative, right? So as we change our mindset and believe we can, like I had a conversation with somebody yesterday. And I said, what's interesting is, and you always heard that if you believe you can, you can. And if you believe you can't, you can. Right? It's what your mind believes, right? Either one is right, okay? So on this Sunday morning, we want to talk about setting a goal for personal, changing our mindset to obtain those things. One of the ways is read different types of material that will help us in our own study time, in our own quiet time, in our own downtime, to try to challenge our philosophy on certain things, right? Okay, so last side is business, okay? So from the business side, all right, do you know or have an idea of what entity you want? You want a sole proprietorship? Do you want an LLC? Have you researched it? Have you researched the name, right? From the name, okay, did you go and register and get that domain? Okay. Now, are you working on a website? Okay. Once you actually, get all your documentation, paperwork together, right? Have you identified a bank? You want to open up a bank account on the business side. Okay. So the reason why I'm speaking about this morning, because it's the top of the year, still January, right? We got a whole 11 months to not only develop what the goal is, but we have time to develop a plan and then watch that plan come into fruition, right? I always start with the end in mind, right? So we're in January and I'm already in December. What does that mean? What does my December look like? Meaning, where do I want to be by December? and then I work my way back, right? So there's certain things that I want to get done this year that I'm challenging myself to make sure I have done by December. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done between now and then. And that's what I challenge you on, right? I challenge you to slow down for a moment, right? Develop what that goal is, right? What is it that you want to do, right? Get everything away. They say is people say you can't do it, all that. Move all of that to the side. Just slow down, just meditate and understand what is it that you want to get done, right? And don't cancel yourself out by saying, well, I don't have the funds, I don't have the education, I don't have this. See, that's all that negative thinking. Just develop that goal. What is it that you want to do? And then develop a plan. And if you believe in a higher power, right? Meditate, pray to that higher power for that plan to come into fruition. And and sometimes they always say, hey, if you want to make your creator laugh, develop a plan, right? But in Habakkuk 2:2 says, right, write the vision, right? Write it down, right? Because it's important, right? Because what you're doing, you're saying, okay, universe, this is what I need. This is what I want. The universe says, ooh, okay. We have somebody who made up their mind. They're not fluctuated. They're not wishy-washy. Well, maybe I can. No, this is the goal. This is where I want to be. And then develop the plan to get there. Because, there's a lot of goal teaching out there. But what's your goal if you don't have a plan? Right? The work is in the plan, right? You can think about what you want to do, but if you don't take time to do the plan, because the plan might scare you on how to do it, right? That's when you slow down and you realize, ooh, okay, this is going to take a little bit more, right? Doesn't mean you can't do it, right? But it just means that now you understand what it takes to get it done. And then the last thing I want to leave you guys, everybody with, is the why. Why is it important to have that information in that family plan? Why is it important for you personally to change your mindset, right? If you want to do particular things, be financially free, right? Why is it important for you if you want to get a business started, right? That's what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, because if your why is not big enough to make you cry, I question your why. Because the things that we do have to be greater than us, right? Because we have to get out of that meism. It's about me, right? The part that's about you, the part that's about me is developing the goal and developing the plan. The why we're doing it has to be bigger than us, right? Just think about it. If it's only for us, it's small. It's small thinking, right? And if you believe in a higher power, in a creator, right? And in the alpha and in an omega, that's large. That's the beginning and the end. That's big. That's huge. So just think about it. If that plan is not bigger than you, I question it, right? Because I question that you're not dreaming. You're not thinking big enough. And when you do that, you have to get other people involved in order for those things that you want to happen to come into fruition. So on this Sunday morning, I challenge you, write the goal, make it plain, and develop a plan. Once you write that plan, right, now you have a roadmap to that goal. This is Thomas Taylor III. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. So you can follow us, or you can follow myself on Instagram, you guys, at Thomas Taylor III. You can email me if you got questions at tyd@tailoryourdreams.com. Also, this evening, and I'll put the information below, this evening, myself and my partner, Miss Nadira Lewis, we have a Facebook Live program called Dinner with the Coaches. We're going to feature a good friend of mine, Mr. Eric Keese, this evening. So if you're available at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, Sunday, come on over, tune in, and get a little bit of coaching. I'll drop all the information in my link as well as my calendar. Right? If you want a free consultation, just hit me up, schedule a free consultation, and I can help you get those things together. I can help get your mindset together about what it is that you want to do with your goals, and then help you structure a plan to get it done, right? Because if your creator has given you the ability to have that vision, he's also giving you the provision, right? But sometimes we need somebody to help us believe it, right? So borrow my faith until you start to get your own, right? Borrow my belief in you until you start to get your own. It's almost like riding a bike, everyone, right? At first, you're kind of wobbly. Okay, yeah, hold on, wobbly. Okay. And then you start to, ride. I said this before, and you're like, oh, okay, I got it. You're like, okay, let go, Thomas, let go, because I got it. So sometimes we just need a little bit of help, and that's what I'm here for as your coach. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege. You guys go out there on this Sunday and make it a great day. Until we speak again.